this album and for my next album. This is the intro to my new album On Higher Ground, which a lot of you know about. It's not quite finished, the beat needs more to it, but I thought I'd show you what it will roughly look like. It's called A Boy Named Jason. Let me tell you a story about a boy named Jason. Raised in the London town he was based in. As a kid he was all over the place and off the ground so much it looked like deportation. Now him and his mum are in this situation of living broke, two-bedroom accommodation. His father was out of the equation, so they were both alone but in no relation. But from a young age his imagination and skills for entertainment became blatant. And as his mind was continuously racing, creating was his only form of sedation. So from stories to little animations, it felt like it was his full designation to keep writing with full dedication till he gained tools to fuel his elevation. Then on his 8th birthday celebration he got the karaoke machine he'd been waiting for with recording integration. So he started putting his ideas to tapes and using his lyrics along with the combination of his mum's ex's PC she gave him and his dad's old keyboard from the basement. Started recording all of his creations. To him it was amazing, this new outlet he was tasting. When he was writing he was in elation, so then he took it into consideration if a whole album would be worth making. He'd been dubbed Psycho by his mates, and so with that name made a record simulation. That's when Psycho Records came into formation. Now when it came to education, in classes he could have easily been acing, but couldn't focus or keep his concentration. His notebooks were full of illustrations, little cartoons and scribbled annotations, lyrics to enemies as retaliation. He'd make songs about them after provocation and watch as they spread through the school circulation. But it was then he started hanging with waste men who prided themselves on intimidation, way past drug experimentation, smoking every day instead of his recreation. The teachers just didn't have the patience to deal with him or his bad reputation, and after the doctor's recommendation and diagnosis he was given medications. The Ritalin he fake taking to stay hyper for the duration of his school days. He was just wasting as each one just added to the accumulation of trouble and no amount of persuasion, guidance or teacher conversations stopped him being expelled not long from year 8 and left to deal with police investigations. And only then did he see what he was facing. Had his school life flushed down the basin, sitting in a cell at the Fed station and ended up in a centre where they placed him. That's when he came to the realization that his lifestyle needed erosion. Him and his mates needed separation. His whole life needed reconfiguration. But outside of these complications, every year he'd stepped up his pacing. Musically he was almost adjacent to those doing it as professional occupation. He'd moved from EJ, Reason was the replacement. Now he was dealing with his own orchestration. 5 albums done, another in formulation. At 16 he'd scraped his qualifications, but there was an irritation. Every bit of rap in his generation consisted of fake thugs, little imitations, each one just looking like a duplication. He knew the rap game needed renovation, and as it stands it's still an abomination. So many areas open for exploration, yet still it's run by dramatization. So ever since his plan's been in operation to open eyes and see the eradication of fake rappers until they're gone and ancient, to make way through the sophistication. Now he's spreading through the nation with haters fueling his innovation, as well as the thousands of fans embracing his ideas and watching in observation. He's got his plan laid out in navigation. From here there will only be inflation, so to the fans wait with anticipation to see more of the boy named Jason. And that is the track.